Hello, here are my favorite battle songs in my collection. We're gonna start off with the two honorable mentions. Prisma Pro. This thing is like, I need to turn down my exposure. It's kind of dark now, but whatever. This thing has been one of my favorite trainers since I got it. It's like almost perfect to my preferences. Slight handle bias, good end weight. But it's just a little boring. It's not got a lot of personality, even though it is like a machine-wise knife, old machine-wise knife. It is long. Oh, dude, I cannot get this chaplain down. Stop it with the middle finger. Like, god damn it. Anyway, my handle gap is so cooked on this. I flipped this thing a lot. Oh, my allergies. Anyway, this is an honorable mention because, I don't know, it just doesn't quite make it. I have a new favorite trainer. I don't have the trainer version of it, but it is False Edge. But the trainer version does flip pretty similarly from what I've heard. But I'm sad these aren't made anymore. I definitely think this was Machine Wise's best knife. I don't know. Especially if you get like a Seraph or a Swift T-Blade on the Prisma Pro handles, I think it's so good. Swift T-Blade is just a little heavier, but still handle biased. And the Seraph Blade is just like, carries so much momentum. Fan's so good. It's like the Seraph, but not ungodly thin in the handles. But I don't know. I really like it. This is one of my go-tos for learning tricks because it is pretty consistent. Yeah. I don't really know what else to say about this guy. Next up, this is gonna come as a surprise, but the Nami does not make my top 5. It's barely doesn't make it. I have Thai hardware and 1 pin in my Nami. I think the steel hardware gives it too much pivot weight also, but then also it's like a weird amount of end weight. I think the Thai hardware with 1 pin has the perfect amount of end weight. And just makes it feel a little more substantial when flipping compared to like just Thai hardware. It just kind of feels really dinky that way. But I've wanted one of these for the longest time. Got this at my first Blade show. Even though I don't flip it too much, and I've thought about selling it a couple times, I just can't bring myself to do it. Because it is a really good knife. Also gave me this really nasty scar right there when I could barely giraffe and I just caught the blade. Fuck. Like this. Just shink. Really feeling like I might need stitches. I had to go to the first aid station. They had a blade show. Really sucked. But, you know, I'm all good now. The thing about the Prism Pro and the Nami, like, they both sound alright. Nami's never really had, like, a great sound to me. Some people's Namis do sound really good. Mine is alright. I don't know. I can't Jin Knuckle Duster. I've been trying to do it in these past couple videos, and I'm just, like, not hitting it. Anyway. I love dropping knives on other knives. Yeah. It's really consistent. It's really good. There's a reason that people really like it, but I do really like it. It was my favorite knife when I got it. But I think I've developed my taste in knives a bit more, and you know, kind of found my preferences. And while this does fit my preferences with this 1 weight pin in the Thai hardware, and I do really like how small it is, it's just it doesn't have a lot of personality again, which is crazy to say when this is in my top 5. This is if I had to pick an order. Like I love all these knives very much. I don't know if I can pick. This is if I had to pick an order, but you have not seen this Kraken yet. This is 1 of 1 Kraken for Woodwee. Gonna sell it for $600 because, you know, haha, funny. It's for Woodwee 1 of 1. This is Arctic Blade number 25. Focus. bought an Arctic Kraken. I'm like, I first saw the Arctic Krakens, I'm like, damn, these would look so much better on black handles. And I was right. Swapped out the Zen pins and the hardware. So this is like my ProTech themed Kraken. I do still have my other Kraken. I just thought I'd show this off. But the Tanto Kraken is just so consistent. It's got a good heft to it. It's got good end weight. Carries momentum very well. The Bowie Kraken just fell off to me. Like, the blade is heavier, but it just doesn't have as much tip weight. So it just kind of felt, like, sluggish, I guess. I don't know. I haven't really extensively flipped one, but I just prefer how the Tanto looks and how it flips. But, also tuned this guy up again. Still need to break in. My other Kraken's way more broken in because Squid decides to coat over the washer and bushing area, so you kind of got to wear away that coating. It's really annoying. But this is just such a consistent flipper. It's a Kraken. How could it not make, you know, my top 5? And, you know, it's really grown on me. When I first got one, I'm like, I have to have a Kraken. It's a Kraken. Everybody's got to have a Kraken. And I wasn't a huge fan of it. I mean, it was good, but, like, it grew on me so much. It is now one of my favorite knives. But, yeah. Kraken. Next up, the heaviest knife here, the Tyconic. This guy, it carries, I don't know. It sounds great, first of all. Looks awesome, but it carries so much momentum. The blade is basically the same size as the handles. It's 4.6 ounces, so it is the heaviest knife here, but I really like it. It's super, I find heavy knives, like my Chab clone, super fun just to, like, flip. Not for, like, extended periods of time, but, like, they're just so fun to flip because, you know, they're so heavy. It just feels so substantial flipping them. I don't know. But this guy is a non-speed channel 1. I don't think I'd like the speed channel 1. I think it'd be too blade bias because this is bordering on blade bias. But the handles still have a lot of end weight, and you can even put in grub screws that'll give it way more end weight. Which I think just because this thing is so heavy, I don't want to add any more weight to it. But it fans so good. And it rollovers really good. It just does everything really good, and it's super fun because it's heavy. It's also super comfortable. Honestly, one of the most comfortable knives I've ever touched. I don't know what else to say. This is kind of just like an overview on all these knives, in my opinions. Yeah, but it rollovers great. Chaplin's pretty good. It just does everything pretty good, too. I think this is NRB's best knife. To be fair, I haven't flipped a lot of his knives. I barely flipped a Nemesis, and I barely flipped an Ultralight. I heard this light's pretty good, too. But I just wish he would make more of these. These are so good. And it's such a shame that they're really hard to get. But, yeah. Also sounds great. Got a nice ring, got a nice clack at the same time. I don't know. It's just super fun because, you know, it carries lots of momentum. It's very heavy. Not very heavy. It is heftier. I don't know. And that's kind of where this guy comes in, the Arsenal. It's a little lighter. It's like 4.5. It feels a little lighter than that. He's coming out with a Tanto blade soon, I'm pretty sure. And so I'm probably going to see if I can get a Tanto blade black in it. But this is a shortened Arsenal, and I kind of wish I didn't get this because it just doesn't have enough end weight. I feel like the non-shortened one would fix that. I do have, like, metal stainless steel PLA inserts that go under these bullets, which kind of add 0.02 ounces each to the ends of the handles, which is about how much I did some, like, crack calculations and, like, estimated how much lighter the shortened ones are, and it was about, like, 0.03 ounces per handle. So this definitely helps with the end weight, and it gives it more end weight, because this thing just had no end weight. But, I don't know, like, the slight handle bias and, the pretty distributed nature. Also, this thing sounds awesome. My only complaint with this is, again, the end weight, but I think if I didn't get a shortened one, that wouldn't be an issue. And just, these are only Zerblasted. Oh, my nose is really itchy. I think he does need to tumble them, because these are a little bit sharp, and down here is a little bit sharp also. I did use a non-woven belt on this when I anoded it, and that helped a little bit. But I don't think I need to get this blasted now. I kind of gotten used to it. But super awesome design of the handles. I love channel tie. Even though only 2 knives on here are channel, 2 are sandwich, 1 is sandwich, and the other is channel aluminum. I don't know, I just like channel. It makes a good noise, less parts. So, yeah. Oh, my nose is so itchy. Oh my god. But I got gold hardware to match the brass casings, and the blue ripple ano just looks so good. This thing will look awesome with the black Tanto blade. But I flipped this thing a lot. I haven't really flipped it much recently. But this Weehawk blade is, I believe, a little... I'm not sure how the Bowie flips, but this flips pretty good. Fans, really good. My only complaint is because it doesn't have enough end weight. The chaplains are, like, not great. But I can overlook it. Because, like, it's only if you do more than, like, 5 chaplains where, especially without the weights I put in this, where it's a problem. I had to do, like, circles like this without them. But I can get, like, way tighter now. So I think a non-shortened one would be better. I talked to someone and they said they, like, could barely feel the difference. So maybe it wouldn't, but I don't know. I think my inserts definitely helped give it some end weight, and because I like me my end weight, if you couldn't figure that out by now. But I don't know. This thing sounds awesome. It looks awesome. Flips really good. I didn't expect it to like the Arsenal that much. But I flipped one, and I'm like, because I was kind of interested, because I saw a video where it's like, if you like channel tie, you gotta get this knife. Dude, my nose is so itchy. Oh my god. And I'm like, I'll try one. And I went to a meet, and he was selling this, and I'm like, I'll put a down payment on it, because I love this. But I think it'll be one of the best looking knives when I get that black Tanto blade. Not quite sure what it looks like yet, but a friend in my group chat has been hyping it up. I just like it's got a nice handle bias, slight handle bias, good end weight with these inserts. And it's just, I don't know, it's just, he's a super cool guy that makes these. You definitely need to get the newer Bowies and the Weehawks, because the first 20 hand ground and the first couple Bowies didn't have this relief cut, and there wasn't a hole under these bullets, so it was like super handle biased. Honestly, I think it'd be better if he had the relief cut, but then just didn't have the hole under these casings. I feel like it'd be a little bit better with chaplains. Maybe the non-shortened one is better with chaplains. I don't know. But, yeah, I really like this knife. It is definitely my top 3. These are, like, for sure my top 3. These are close top 5, and these are honorable mentions. Next up, the PDN. This thing is just a super consistent flipper. My only complaint with it is a bit chunky. So it makes some tricks, like, harder to do, like shit like this. Like rev chatters, which I still can't get down. Oh my god. The V1s don't have the relief cut, so they are super hefty, and that is some people's thing. It's not my thing. I think this is way better. It is a little bit of a boring flipper, but it is just, it's so good. I don't know. I don't know. It's like the Kraken, but it's got a little more personality. Yeah. Plus it's Thai sandwich. Dude, my nose is so itchy. Anyway, You can get some pretty sick anos on these guys with this recessed area, and I got this sick ano I did with the blurple on the inside and the outside and the spacers. Plus, this knife just looks really good. I don't know. It's a PDN. It's a shame that there aren't more, because people are begging for them, dude. I've been getting so many messages on Instagram of people trying to buy this. And honestly, I was like, I could probably get way more than I paid for it. So, like, I was thinking about it, but, like, I'm not that kind of guy that'll just fold if I get offered too much money, even though I just did buy a really, really expensive knife, which I can't wait to get in. I was hoping it'd get to the modder today, because it got stuck in Indianapolis for a couple days, because Indianapolis warehouse is just a mess. But it looks like it should get to a Monday. He should get the mod work out in a couple days. Hopefully it'll get to me by the end of next week. And that'll probably be my favorite knife. It is a knife I've been, ever since I saw it, I was like, I need one. And if you saw my post, there's a little hint in there if you want to try and guess. But I really, really hope I like it. If I might try and make spacers for it if I don't like it, how it flips, but I do like how I've tried I tried the very first version of it, and it was pretty good, but obviously it's different because it's newer. I don't know. I'm just yapping. I'm really excited for it. It's going to be awesome. It is literally my dream knife. But anyway, I digress. So hopefully that'll probably be number one soon. But anyway, PDN sounds awesome. It's got like a slight ring, pretty glassy, got a nice stock, super bouncy. That guy knows how to tune, dude. He did a really good tune on it. The Turbo Jackalope on Instagram. But this is just my most expensive knife. Super rare. It's just super awesome that I have one of these. And I really like to flip it, because it is also really good. It's got good end weight. It is pretty neutral. It's maybe like, you can feel the end weight in the handles, so it is, I don't know. It's probably, I don't know. It's really good. And probably my favorite knife. This might come as a shocker, but the Astra is so good. Oh my gosh. It's Chanwich. I got a crazy tune on this. Like 7 10,000s on the bite are safe, and then 8 10,000s on the other handle, which is just nuts. But the only thing I don't like about it is the dumbass aesthetic jimping. Why do they do that? It's titanium, so it's fine. This is my only DLC coated knife and my only like murder dot knife. I mean, I can still ladder this fine. But yeah, this thing just has really good end weight since it is Chanwich and it's got steel hardware. Oh my god, my allergies, dude. But this thing just does everything so good. I got this for a steal. They were like, the DLC ones were like 500 bucks. I got this for like 250 because it is kind of beat, but it's DLC, so it took it like a champ. Only like this scale is like super beat up for some reason. I don't know why. But Thomas and Serum Velocity did a phenomenal job with this knife. It is probably my perfect flipping knife. If it was rounded, instead of like these giant chamfers, I'd probably like it more, just so you get a little more like thickness on the sides of the handles. The DLC one doesn't sound as good as non-DLC ones, because I think the non-DLC ones actually ring a little bit. So you got that fat speed channel and this fat slot cut out. Yeah, this thing just carries so much momentum, even though it's like 4.3, so it's like right in my preferences. 4.2, 4.3, 4.4 is like right in my preference. I don't know. I highly, highly recommend these. I hope they do another drop soon. But these are so good. I don't know. Like, look how tight I can get that chaplain. I barely have to move my hand. Rollovers are super sticky because of that steel hardware. God damn it. Its ZRG is pretty good. I don't know. It just does everything so good. It's just my only complaint is that gym thing, and like my perfect knife would be rounded, and yeah. Also, it's crazy how close these handles get to touching up here. But and the offset screws, a little interesting. I mean, I know the PDN also has offset screws, but interesting design choice. I don't know. But if I had to pick a favorite, this is probably my favorite. Yeah, it's just, I can't recommend this knife enough. I think this is the best knife to come out of 2024, honestly. Yeah. That is the video. God damn it, I can't hit the clips at the end of videos, bro. Sorry, this one's kind of yappy and a bit long, but, yeah. I guess this is also my update for this video for this knife. It's so good. I can't recommend this enough. I was trying to get a trainer, but this is a false edge, so it works the same as a trainer, but I've heard the trainer might flip a little bit better. But this thing, it's pretty neutral. It's got good, like, end weight, though. It might be a little bit handle biased because of that end weight. Nah, it's pretty neutral. But it's got good momentum. And, yeah. It's just, there's, like, it flips perfectly. I don't really know what else to say. Fan's super good. Javelins good. I don't know. I'm just, like, repeating myself because it's just, it's so good. I think for like $400 through less than $400 secondhand, if you can find them. They're kind of hard to get because people aren't selling them, but it is definitely worth it. Again, I'm glazing this knife, dude. I think it definitely is my favorite, flipper wise. But yeah, those are my favorite knives. Honorable mention also to my knife design. I really like how it flips. It is my knife design after all. I designed it to be my preference perfectly. I just need one more pre-order spot to fill up, and I'll get the parts out before Blade Show. Yeah. Unfortunately, I did fuck up the blade on the Proto, so it is a little too handle biased, but it still flips really good and sounds really good and feels really good. I don't know. I'm glazing myself because, I don't know. It's just, it's my knife. What can I say? But yeah, those are my favorites. Just thought I'd do like a little video if you're curious. Little video, it's kind of long. But anyway, peace.